us about the passion behind what you do.
I started Motorphilia a while back ago in working with the auto industry and being in the auto industry for a while, purely by accident, realizing that it was a predatory business model that made people pay for another business's bad decisions. I hated that. What I wanted to do was create a business model that would change the auto industry, making it more efficient, and also making it so that people were paying the right price on cars, not overpaying, and that something could be very transparent, so that we create a win-win business model, not something where it's just like we trick this person and take advantage of them, and I hate that. So that is the passion behind it, is to create an efficient business model that will change the auto industry, and I hope that we can do that.
Okay. What kind of culture are you inviting people into?
What I would like for people to get invited into is a culture of realizing they're dealing with someone who is more a fiduciary than an advisor, somebody who cares about their best interests and takes a personal interest in their lives, so that, you know, when people come to us, quite often I will just tell people that the cars that they have are fine, or or give them advice they think would be counteractive to making more sales. But in the end, it's something that's in their better interest. It's not always about, you know, making money and making sales all the time. It's about winning people's trust, and that's done on a regular basis by continually putting oneself aside and looking at what's going on in their lives. And I hope that can translate into business.
What do you see when it What do you see when it comes to the process of buying cars that other people may not be aware of?
That's a hard one, but I think, you know, it's one of those things that we come into conflict quite often with the heart and the mind and a lot of things. Cars, this car next to us, this Chevy Cruze, cars are one, a transportation, but two, they're also a reflection of ourselves, and so it's not so much a matter of like meeting an actual purpose, an intended goal. I mean, why is it this guy up here is driving a truck, and this guy over here is driving an SUV, and this guy over here is driving another SUV? And the funny thing is that guy doesn't even need a truck. He doesn't. He's just driving somewhere. But that vehicle is getting half the fuel economy as that Camry over there, and it makes no sense. Why would you drive something that's going to cost you more money to run? Because in the end, there's an emotional level. You want to feel confident in a truck. And somebody who wants to drive a Prius wants to feel like they're making a statement about maybe how they're helping the planet, or because they're wanting to save money. So what's the mistake people make in cars that people don't know about cars? I think it's just to be more self-aware of why you're really doing something. You know, just to realize, you know, it's not always about the safety of the car. It's not always about the reliability of a car. Those are really important factors for some people. But in the end, it's about really how you feel, and then that is an important aspect. You know, I mean, if we all just drove Toyota Corollas, we'd probably be just fine. Those would be a car everybody could drive. We could drive one uniform car, but we don't. It's interesting. I hope I'm asking the question there, but I think one of the things that the people are just over and over again, they don't really, like, it's like this kind of like unrelated thing. It's like sometimes you just don't want to drive a car because you don't want to look stupid. Just admit that. And some people just don't do that.
Okay. What were the key questions that you like to know from people in the beginning of their journey with Motorphilia?
I like to know about people's prior experience with cars, what they valued with prior, what they didn't like. I like to know, you know, what it is that they want to do later on. Where do they see this car with them 10 years from now, 5 years from now? Those are things to consideration. You know, but I mean, in the end, I just want to know them as a person. I mean, you know, it's not always about a deal, because in the end, once the deal is over, there's a person still involved. And so, you know, I mean, you know, I care about, you know, their family life. I care about their career life. I care about, you know, their spiritual life and how they're doing on a regular basis. I mean, I've stopped deals to hold people because I find out someone close to them has died, or and I care, and I want them to know that they matter, and that's an important thing. that in the end, none of this car crap matters. They matter. And I want to keep that in perspective. And that's one of the things I want to keep involved in the deal, is to always remember that this person is more than just some number or some income source, but an actual valuable, indisposable part of this life we have.
Sounds good.
Is that it?
A typical day in the life of Aaron Manley Smith.
Typical day. I get up around 6:30, maybe 7. I immediately check messages to see what's going on. I get ready. I have my coffee and I have my breakfast, and then I start going through a series of leads, looking at requests of people who are looking for cars and lining up cars, or going through all the auctions. I have to talk to other dealers to see if there's things I need to buy from them, and I'm starting to plan out all the cars that are coming up over the course of the week, and what's coming up next week, looking over car values on a regular basis, reading up on forums on certain issues to look out for cars, reading up about cars that have certain issues, so that if I go to an auction, I can be aware of problems that could be on a certain car, and learning everything I can about cars. But basically, most of my life is learning everything I can about cars in every aspect possible. And it's just a constant inundation of information in cars. But I'm not doing that. I'm talking to people and learning about their lives, what's stressing them, people who are going through cancer treatment, people who are going through divorce, people who are going through lots of life changes all the time. People buy cars on a regular basis when there's a life change happening. And life changes happen a lot, and I'm usually hearing about those life changes. It's either an accident, or it was, they got a raise, or they lost their job. And I come in and I have to, and I addressing that moment where they're jumping off to something else. When I'm not doing that, then I'm playing around on Facebook, and for a few moments, and then I go back to stuff. But Facebook's a big thing. I'm probably going to post this on Facebook. So, but I like Facebook because it's a way for me to interact with a lot of people in a very effective manner, because I can't go to everyone's house. I can't go to every networking function. I'm driving to Houston right now. I don't have time to go to an after hours party. This is the time I get to interact with people, is using this medium. So, is there any other questions?
Yep, that's it.
Well, there you go, Hannah. I hope that helps.